if Hillary Clinton wins the Democratic nomination, and then you have a monster on the other side, Trump, Cruz, whoever it might be. I don't know that there is a non-monster on the other side. Maybe Kasich, like a bad guy, and I disagree with his policies, but not a monster. But okay, let's say it's Trump. You know that the most common criticism you're going to get is, oh no, we can't have it be Trump, and you're going to help him if you take votes away from the Democratic candidate. How do you handle that criticism?
You know, it's important to look at the track record of Barack Obama. You know, and Hillary Clinton is a monster compared to Barack Obama. But even under Obama, we had policies that make George Bush look like a wimp on practically every count, whether you look at the massive expansion of these wars, the surge into Afghanistan and Libya and Yemen and the drone wars going all over the Middle East and now into Africa. If you look at the demonization of immigrants, you know, the Republicans are the party of hate and fear-mongering, but the Democrats are the party of deportations and detentions, and more immigrants deported under Obama than under, you know, practically the other presidents combined. The oppression of the press, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, the corporate trade deals that are sending our jobs overseas, the bailouts for Wall Street. Under Bush, it was like 700 billion. Under Obama, it's 17 trillion and counting. So, you know, the propaganda by the Democrats is one thing, and Obama is a gracious personality. You know, he's got a nice smile and a very nice way of speaking, but if you dig into what he's actually done, it's pretty horrible. And the resistance melts down because he's a Democrat, and people are told not to make it harder for him. You know, but in fact, the movement collapses. The social movements collapse under a Democrat. So you got to point out to people what the track record is, and that the lesser evil has just proven itself to be a conduit to the greater evil. And we have to stand up. You know, we need to get a spine and to stand up for what it is that we deserve, because neither of the corporate parties are going to give it to us. We're going to have to stand up and fight for it. And yeah, it's not going to be easy, and there may be some tough times ahead, but that's going to happen whether it's a Democrat or a Republican in office. The biggest problem is that about half of people are not bothering to come out to vote because the Democrats wind up being just a shade less predatory than the Republicans. So young people aren't coming out to vote, and Latinos aren't voting. You know, if you put together simply a coalition of young people who are in debt, that's 40 million right there, and 16 million Latinos who vote, not to mention the 12 million who are at risk for deportation under Democrats, you know, you have a winning coalition. In the words of Alice Walker, the biggest way people give up power is by not knowing we have it to start with. We need to stop believing the propaganda that we are powerless. We need to stand up with the power of our convictions, the power of our vision, and stand up and fight for it and let it generate a force that cannot be stopped.